February 24, 2022, Russia invaded Ukraine, terming it as a special military operation. Missile and artillery was used to strike Ukrainian forces and its air and naval bases, major cities, and even civilian residential areas. Zelensky pledged to stay in Kyiv and lead the resistance. Soon, the US and some European nations sent arms and other help to Ukraine. Several nations led by the West imposed sanctions on Russia, and the impact of these sanctions were strengthened over time. At least 441 Ukrainian civilians died in the early days of the invasion. In March 2022, Russia said it would focus on completely liberating Ukraine's eastern Donbas region. Russia captured the key Black Sea port city of Mariupol in May. By June, the Ukrainian government said 100 to 120 of its soldiers were being killed every day. By August, US and Europe had given powerful and longer-range weaponry to Ukraine, and the country launched a southern counter-offensive around Kherson. Kyiv carried out counter-strikes on Russian positions. In early September, Ukrainian forces scored surprising gains in the northeastern Kharkiv region, wresting back the sole rail hub supplying Russia's regional front line. In November 2022, Russia ordered forces to abandon Kherson, which was the only regional capital it had taken so far in its invasion. In the last weeks of 2022, Russia unleashed scores of missiles at Ukraine's energy infrastructure, plunging millions of Ukrainians into darkness and cold. On January 13, 2023, Russia announced the capture of the salt mining town of Soledar in eastern Donetsk province, and that was Moscow's first notable battlefield success in half a year. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said on February 14, Russia was in a hurry to gain as much as it could before Kyiv receives modern battle tanks and other potentially game-changing heavy weaponry from NATO and other Western supporters. Ukraine is using shells faster than the West can make, and NATO has begun discussing its request for fighter jets and long-range missiles to go with the promised tanks for an offensive which is widely anticipated to unfold in the spring. US President Joe Biden visited Ukraine just 4 days before the first anniversary of Russia's invasion of Ukraine. The timing made his visit all the more symbolic, reaffirming US's commitment to Ukraine. The war has devastated Ukraine, with cities and towns flattened by artillery and missile strikes. Tens of thousands of civilians have been killed or injured. Some 8 million Ukrainians, which was roughly 20% of the pre-war population, have fled to other countries for safety, and millions more remain displaced within Ukraine. The Federal Report. Subscribe to the Federal's YouTube page for more news and updates.